So today, we're going to be using one of you guys' decks and Majestic Challenge to see how well can I do. The deck that I'm going to be using is the Kong, Dancing Dragon, Priest, and the Blacksmith. Basically, we're going to be using a heal deck with the Kong, see his ability in action, especially with the buff that he received. This should be pretty good. My name is Tumak, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Okay, shout out to the person down here for recommending me to try out this deck. We're facing a deck that does damage to me every single turn, basically. So this is good because we could try to use the Kong to my advantage here since he is going to get damaged. And we can actually buff up the Kong right here. So let's do that real quick. And the Kong will be actually near enough to hit all three of them up there. 101 damage to those three up there. Fantastic, dude. Kong is, again, taking a bunch of damage right there. We can actually damage the Ice Queen by double hitting the Dancing Dragon right here. And that should actually take out the Ice Queen right there, thanks to the Kong constantly healing right there. So we took out the Ice Queen right there. That's actually fantastic. His Druid does go next. He cannot do too much here. Now, the farmer with the buff is kind of scary, but we should still be okay regardless here. We are going to poison the Druid. There really isn't much that I can do right there. Just poison the Druid. Also dealing a little bit of damage to the farmer right there. Right, Priest goes next. He's going after my Dancing Dragon. That's actually going to hurt the Dancing Dragon quite a bit. We're still okay, though. Let's see. I guess we'll hit the Kong towards the Druid right there. Sadly, we weren't able to make the Kong land near anyone. But regardless, so far so good. Now the downside is that his farmer is pretty strong, especially with the attack buff that he has. It is something that we should worry about, but we're actually kind of struggling here, especially with him having the priest so he can constantly heal up the farmer. Nice 100 damage both ways right there. Alright, so let's just double hit the farmer here. Maybe we should be able to heal up right there. Yes, we did. Good damage right there overall. Onto everyone, basically. Alright, so Druid goes next. He is going to hit my Priest, I'm assuming. No, he got the defensive buff, hits the Dancing Dragon instead. Okay. Again, we cannot do much here. Like, we cannot hit anyone with the Kong ability, I should say. So let's just heal up everyone here. Hit the Priest. We also got the farmer, and we are actually going to take out the Priest right there, thanks to the Priest healing up my Kong right there. That's perfect. So no more heals. Now he is on a time crunch, basically. He is probably going to take out my Priest right there. Yes, he did. Well played. So he took out my Priest, so I won't be able to heal up at the end of the turn. So this is where we should... We could buff up the Kong here. Not sure if we can hit the Druid. We'll do this. At least we took out the farmer. We got very lucky taking out the farmer right there. Somehow the blacksmith was able to double hit the farmer right there. I got very lucky, I'm not gonna lie. So now we should be able to win here against a lonely druid, but you still never know. You still never know, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to buff up the Kong here, hit the druid. Good damage onto the druid right there. Sadly, he does have the defensive buff, so of course he is taking more damage than normal. He is going, of course, towards the blacksmith and the Kong here. Lots of damage to the Kong especially. But we should get a direct hit right here. And he thankfully decides to surrender right there, so we are going to get the first one right there. Kong obviously was the MVP right there. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good first match right there. Let's continue on. Okay, guys, second match here. Pretty good first match, I should say. Now, we are facing my type of deck, but he is using a Dancing Dragon instead of the Naga or the Paladin like I would use. We are going to buff up everyone here. Not sure if we can make the Priest hit someone, but at least we actually did. And we actually got the trap down there, so that's why I decided to go after that. Blacksmith, he is definitely going to buff up the Frostfox and the Dancing Dragon, I would assume. So let's see if he actually does that. He does not. He actually wants to hit my Dancing Dragon and actually nerf him. Never mind, he's going to buff up the Frostfox. Okay. Buff up the Frostfox and the Dancing Dragon. He might actually also hit the corner over there. Yes, he does. Good damage, I would say. Very good damage. We are going to buff up the Kong here. Hit the Blacksmith. Sadly, we don't land near my heroes right there to be able to use his ability. I could have just not made a play, but at the same time, I wanted to buff up. So, makes contact right there. Very well played, dude. We are going to hit the trap here. Hopefully, we don't miss. We do hit the trap right there. Also hitting the Blacksmith and the Shaman right there. Healing up everyone. Damaging everyone with the trap. A pretty good play, I would say. But sadly, he can heal up the Frostfox. This is the whole point of his deck. A very strong deck overall. We are going to hit the trap again. And we're actually, well, yes, we're going to do that. Hit the trap. And that Kong is going to get a lot of value down there. Let's go. Now we're doing damage because he is near heroes. That's good. Plus, we got the trap on my side. Let's see what it does with the Frostfox. He is going after my Dancing Dragon. Makes sense, obviously. He should not be able to take him out fully, but it is still going to be a decent amount of damage. Yeah. It's not going after the trap. I should probably just hit these two, right? Yeah, just hit both these guys. Kong will be able to use his ability multiple times. We failed to hit the trap right there, but we did take out the Shaman. What an amazing play right there. That Kong, again, is going to be the MVP if we're able to win this match. That was an amazing play, dude. He is going for the Frostfox, trying to hit it towards the Kong. That should be able to deal damage, yeah. Yeah, one hit. And we are going to just hit the trap, healing up everyone. I thought we were going to miss, but we thankfully was able to do it. And his Dancing Dragon takes a beating. We took out his Blacksmith. I mean, it's kind of unnecessary that we took out the Blacksmith because he already did his job, unfortunately. So he is going to heal him up. Frostfox, 143 damage is absurd, bro. Incredibly absurd. Let's do this. We should be able to hit the Dancing Dragon. Maybe you can hit the Frostfox as well if we do this correctly. We actually made contact with the Frostfox instead of the Dancing Dragon. I don't think that was a play. I do need to take out his Dancing Dragon so that way he heals up less. Even though he can heal up hitting my heroes, he does have the Dancing Dragon as an extra hero to be able to use to heal up. Like, look at that. He fully healed up right there, unfortunately. We are actually going to leave those heroes alone. Make the Blacksmith go up, maybe hit the trap. There we go. And we should be able to deal damage using the Calm right there. I mean, okay, we did damage the Frostfox. We did not damage the Dancing Dragon with the trap. That's still quite a bit of damage, though. Like, we're struggling here. I don't think we're going to win here now. I don't expect to win here. We'll do this. Not sure if we can make the Kong just land near the Frostfox. No. So we got the trap ready. Man, despite playing very well, this person is going to beat me, especially with him still having the Dancing Dragon. And he can heal up no matter who he hits. I don't think we're winning here. He is going to the Frostfox or the Priest. It makes sense because with me having the Priest, I can still deal insane damage with using the Kong's ability, but he actually does not take me out fully. We're going to hit the trap again. Will that miss the Dancing Dragon? It missed the Dancing Dragon. I'm not playing well. This is going to be our first loss. We're not playing well at all. We're definitely not going to win against this deck, especially with him having the heals up the Frostfox back up to full health as well, man. Yeah, we're not winning here. No matter how hard I can try, we're definitely not winning here. Only 4 damage with the Blacksmith, bruh. Yeah, and we cannot even use the Kong's ability right there. Yeah, we are going to surrender, so we're just going to... Or, yeah, we're going to lose her. We are going to just surrender because there's no point in continuing on with this matchup, so let's just force surrender. I mean, I tried my best right there, but there's no way we're going to win, especially with the Blacksmith only doing 4 damage. That is absurd. Let's continue on. Alright, guys, so 1-1-1 loss. Unfortunate loss here. Assassin paired up with the Wraith is never a good play, which is very interesting to see. But he does have the Cultist, and the Cultist is actually going to get a lot of value. He does! Well freaking played, hitting everyone, bro. But we're going to try to make the Kong just land near someone, so that the way the Priest can use his ability, and we can heal up and damage somebody. We do damage the Wraith right there. Let's go. If the Kong stays there, we can actually get a lot of value right there towards the Wraith. Yeah, we can definitely do that. My Priest is taking a beating, but we could just do this. Damage just damage right there. Let's go. Healing up everyone. Took out the Wraith. Good start, I would say. Wraith wasn't able to do anything, which is fantastic. Barbarian. He is going after my Blacksmith, I'm assuming. Blacksmith and the Priest. And he wants to hit the Cultist, which is very weird. Nope. He did take out the priest, so very well played right there. Um, yeah, unfortunately, this is where things are going to get a little bit tough. But we could buff up the Kong right there with the defensive buff. Dealing damage to the cultist was huge, dude. But we are going to take major damage from the assassin right here. Ouch, ouch, bro. We're still alive, but holy guacamole, that was so bad. We are going to do this. Damage them. We just took out his assassin. We got very lucky that we were actually able to survive the hit. But regardless, that assassin, I think, is going to make me lose in this match. Yeah, very well played right there. There's no way we can win with a lonely blacksmith here. There's absolutely no way unless we can somehow make a miss. We're going to get a nice triple hit right there. Okay, that's a pretty good comeback, I would say. But as long as he doesn't use his ability on me, we should survive. He's going to try to use his ability here. And, oh, yeah, we just lost. Well played, GG's. Okay, well, we just got the second loss, and this was a pretty quick loss, I would say. Unfortunately, man, we started off very strong in the first match, and then we're just going downhill. Hopefully, we don't lose again, obviously. Let's find out. Let's continue on. Alright, guys, unfortunately, we only have one life left to go. Oh boy, this is going to be a very, very tough match. We are going to buff up everyone, or at least two heroes with the defensive buff over there. Thankfully, his Rocketeer goes first, so there's not much he can do about it. He could buff up the Rocketeer and waste a turn, but, I mean, he could just go for damage here as well. He is going to... He's going to try to damage, but that actually might miss. Yeah, he just missed his attack right there, which is pretty funny. We're just going to do this here. Hit 3 of his heroes. We sadly don't push any heroes towards the goop. I was hoping for that. Can't believe I missed. Alright, Clausy goes next. Thankfully, he cannot use the Clausy's ability. He thankfully still doesn't buff up the Rocketeer, but you know the blacksmith did take a little bit of a beating right there. Let's just hit the Dancing Dragon. The Rocketeer is going to take some damage. There you go. Alright, Monkey King does go next. I think he's trying to avoid my Kong. It makes sense. Yeah. But that will make an elf appear. So whoa. Whoa. Okay, well. We did take damage, meaning that we could. Yeah, let's do this. This will damage the Clausy. And we will damage again. And wow, it actually reached the Rocketeer. I'm pretty lucky about that. Thankfully, again, the Rocketeer is not taking or is not buffing himself up, which is good. My blacksmith died. Yeah, he did. We weren't able to buff up the Kong, unfortunately, but what can you do, right? We are going to leave the Kong alone so that way he can damage the Monkey King. We are going to damage these two. Oh, we actually got the Dancing Dragon right there twice, which was pretty amazing. He could, unfortunately, he is going to hit both of them in one shot, which is going to hurt. But as long as the Kong stays alive, we should be a-okay. And look at this, though. We can actually use the Kong's ability right here. Or the Dancing Dragon's ability right there. And that will, again, hit the Monkey King. All right. Now, Clausy is alive with only 8 health, which is amazing. He might go for the buff now on the Rocketeer, finally. That's his only way of winning, I would say. Let's see here. We shall take out... We'll take out this Monkey King and hopefully the Clausy. There we go. Alright, so nice little double kill. Only the Rocketeer is left alive. Now, he does have 3 rockets, dealing over 213 damage to me. But thankfully, all of my heroes can survive the hit. And he is getting pretty weak. So, we should be okay. He's going after the Kong. Okay. Yes, he does. Okie doke. And we can actually go for the double heal to take out this Rocketeer. There you go. Perfect. All right, second win right there. Not too shabby. Unfortunately, like I said, we only have 2 wins, which we don't want to end on 2 wins. But it could happen depending on the luck and the person I'm facing. Let's continue on. All right, guys. 2 wins, 2 losses. I need to try to win. Like, I really need to try to win. He has a very weird deck, not gonna lie. But unfortunately, he does have the Shaman to counteract my Blacksmith. But he starts out with the Blaze first. Let's see what he does here. With my Blacksmith going first, who should I enchant? Let's see where he plays that Dancing Dragon. Okay, yeah, that's actually quite a bit of damage, but we are actually going to get a lot of damage on his Blaze here. So let's do this. Just hit the Dancing Dragon. Good, good, very good. That's a lot, over 300 damage to the Blaze. That's amazing, bro. All right, so Wizard does go next. Thankfully, all of my heroes are separated, so he cannot get the AoE damage. Wizard, what are you gonna do? And since the Kong is still hurt, we can actually play around with the Dancing Dragon's ability to actually take out the Blaze. I cannot speak sometimes. And yeah, not too bad right there. So we are going to do this and just damage the Blaze. The Wizard took a beating and actually did a little bit of damage to the Striker. So his Blaze, which is the main attack threat, is dead. Unfortunately, with the Shaman, he is going to nerf my heroes. Who's gonna nerf? Blacksmith and the Dancing Dragon. Okay, or just the Dancing Dragon? Just the Dancing Dragon. That's actually pretty weird, but okay. We are going to hit the Striker like this. Let's see if we can make the Kong stay up there to deal damage. Let's go. Perfect. We took out the Wizard. Sadly, it was not in range onto the Striker. That was very unfortunate, bro. That should have been near the Striker. Alright, so as long as he doesn't multi-hit my heroes, we should be fine for this turn. Because the Striker can deal a bunch of damage. Yeah. Okay, don't take a third hit. Oh, come on, bro. Alright, but look at this, though. We are going to damage everyone right here. Thanks to the Kong's ability. And we actually took out his Striker. So only the Shaman is left alive in a 4v1 situation here. Absolutely no way this person is going to win. So, I mean, he can definitely try all he wants to, but there's just no way he is going to win. So, of course, unfortunately, we kind of blocked here. Let's just push the Priest towards the Shaman, I guess. He decides to surrender. That's good. All right, so we are going to get the third win right there. Let's go. Now we're kind of on the roll here. I would like to win a couple of more before we get the third loss, but you never know at this point. It could happen. Let's continue on. All right, guys. So 3 wins, 2 losses here. Okay, well, a buffed Jossum is going to be incredibly dangerous, bro. Let's try to leave the Kong up there so that way if the Kong gets damaged, it'll be much easier for the Kong to just use his ability up there since he's already up there. So all right, so he's going to he is going to buff up everyone, and that will make the Jossum very strong. Okay, wow, 160 damage is absurd. I think right off the bat, I don't think we're gonna win here, bro. It's not like we can use the Dancing Dragon's ability. Let's see if we can make the Johnson just land near the Kong. Oh no. But that hit the Dancing Dragon? It doesn't. That was bad. Oh no. This is going to be a loss, I think, unless he makes a horrible play here. I think we're going to lose. He is going to try to hit. Don't hit the Blacksmith, please. He wasted a turn, bro. What was that? He just wasted a turn completely. Okay, I mean, I'll take it, dude. I'm not sure why he did that. With the Johnson right there, we did heal up everyone right there. But unfortunately, we're not using the Kong's ability well. But that miss that he got is crucial. That might make me win this game as long as the things go, correct and properly. Can we use the Kong's ability right here by pushing it towards the Dancing Dragon? Yes, we do. And sadly, the Jossum is still alive, so as long as he doesn't get very lucky with the Fire Clouds, we should be okay. He could go after my Blacksmith here. He is. I think the Blacksmith is going to... No. That's a lot of damage, bro. Holy. A lot of damage. We'll do this. So we just took out his Griffin. Sadly, the Kong's ability is not being used We keep missing. All right, Jossum, or sorry, his Dancing Dragon. He is definitely going to push the Jossum. Might hit the Priest, unfortunately. If he doesn't make a move, then I think the Blacksmith is going to die. Please don't. Oh, of course. Of course. Okay. Look at this, though. We can definitely take out his Jossum here by healing up everyone. Perfect. All right, so there you go. We took out the Jossum. Now, both of his heroes are at full health. I do have the Dance Dragon at full health, thankfully, but I mean, facing the Monkey King is going to be incredibly dangerous. He is going to buff up the... Wow. That's a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, dude. Just hit the Monkey King Source of Fire, I guess. Also, the Dance Dragon, we got very lucky right there, hitting both heroes Source of Fire. We're still healing slowly but surely. Unfortunately, again, we are not playing around with the Kong's ability at all, dude. Will this be able... Let's see here. We'll hit the Monkey King towards the Kong. Let's see if we can also hit the Dancing Dragon. We actually did damage with the ability, not the base damage that the Kong gets. So that's still gonna hurt. He wants to take out the Dancing Dragon. He took out my Kong. The Dancing Dragon is actually still alive, thankfully, bro. All right, so we are going to heal up the Blacksmith here. This should hit the Dancing Dragon, and hopefully can also hit the Monkey King for death. That is death, and we actually hit the Dancing Dragon for over 100 damage, which is good. But of course, the Dancing Dragon is just one hit away from death, so this is where we need the Blacksmith to stay alive. He's going to try to get a double hit and push me towards the fire. Don't get a... Yeah, I don't think we're winning here, bro. The only way we can win here is by multi-hitting him while pushing him towards the fire. Bro, no freaking way that happened. Let's go, dude. What an amazing win. Let's continue on. All right, we got a very lucky win in the last one. Okay, so Zombie Striker with the Naga is going to be very tough, bro. He's going to poison the Dancing Dragon and the Priest. We are going to buff up the Dancing Dragon. Not sure if we can buff up the Priest. No, we don't. We just healed up the Priest, hitting the Striker a bit, and of course the Dancing Dragon. He's going to try to push the Dancing Dragon towards the Naga. He does pull it off. Oh, okay. So now this is where we are going to buff up the rest of my heroes. Now, should we? Yeah. Let's see if we can make the Kong land near the Naga. So that, yep, there we go. Perfect. We're doing damage to the Naga. That was perfect. Thankfully, we actually pulled that off. He is going to hit the Dancing Dragon. That will take him out. Yeah, it did, unfortunately. So now this is where we gotta rely on the Priest to heal up the Kong to deal damage. So let's actually just push the Kong. This is going to be risky. Let's do this. Push the Kong. And that is going to damage both of them. Alright, Dancing Dragon. That's going to heal up and deal damage, obviously. This is going to hurt. And my Priest is dead. This is where we are going to lose once and for all, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, thankfully we did a decent amount of damage to, the Striker and the Zombie, but he's going to try to push the Kong. Thankfully misses the Naga. We got very lucky there, missing the Naga. Let's do this. Buff up the Kong. We missed damaging the Dancing Dragon and the Naga right there. But he is going for the Blacksmith. Is he? No, he's going for the heals. Wow. Wow. Well played. Can we double hit the Naga here? We do double hit the Naga, also hitting the Dancing Dragon. Alright, so the Naga's dead. No need to worry about him dealing extra damage to the heroes that are buffed or nerfed with the Zombie. He is going to push the Striker towards... Okay, so we just lost the Blacksmith. Well, the Blacksmith is still alive, but... Holy guacamole. Very well played. Good, decent damage to the Zombie and the Striker. But this... There's no way we're going to win here, bro. Especially with now being poisoned. We're basically on a time crunch. There's absolutely no way we're going to win. Especially if his Striker stays alive. There's absolutely no way we are going to win here. We were actually able to double hit the Dancing Dragon while hitting the Striker, but all he needs to do is just push it towards the Dancing Dragon, and we are going to lose. So, I mean, with this deck, you can definitely get to 6 wins. I, myself, got very unlucky, especially with this deck. This deck is very strong, but unfortunately, we weren't able to get the victory right there, but the Kong was definitely the MVP in certain situations, especially with the lucky win that we got in the last match, surviving with only 4 health, getting that playoff for the victory. So, what can you do, right? I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more Smashing 4 videos. If you guys have any other recommendations you want to see, just leave me down in the comments below. This will do it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thanks again for the continued support. I'll see you next one. Take care.